What's good? Thank you for tuning in to Original Gainstas. Man, I got something to talk to you guys about. This shit right here, man. Creatine. Like, I've been working out for 11 years. Everybody always said creatine this, creatine that. And, you know, I will go over what creatine has done for me. But, you know, the recent studies, it's kind of scary, you know. I'm not like the baldest guy you've seen, but I do have male pattern balding in my family. It runs my family. My grandpa on my mom's side, he basically lost all his hair. Yeah, so if that goes for you too, you should be worried about taking creatine. Nah, but seriously, we gotta look at what this study has to say. All right, let's go. All right, let's check this shit out. So as you can see in this article, like, these guys are taking a shit ton of creatine. Like, I only take around 5 to 7 grams a day because I do like a heaping scoop. But these guys were clearly taking 25 grams a day. I mean, it's a creatine test. We're gonna see if it can raise dihydrotestosterone, which may be the leading cause of male hair loss, or even in females too. So that's what this test is about. We're trying to see if the creatine will increase the DHT, and if it does increase the DHT, we're possibly increasing the speed of, you know, reaching your peak male pattern balding. And in just 7 days of creatine loading, the DHT increased by 56%. That is insane. You know, dating back to when I was starting to use creatine when I was younger, you know, I remember seeing a bunch of hair fall out. Like, granted, that could have been me going through puberty and growing up. But, you know, now that I think about it, that time was when I started working out and when I started taking creatine. And that was the only other time that I did when I used creatine, because for the longest, I didn't like the way that creatine made me feel. The creatine that they were making in 2009, 2010, it was giving me a buzz. It was giving me like weird kind of feels, and I didn't like it, so I stopped using it. But now that I think back to it, maybe the creatine was increasing my DHT and I was experiencing some type of male pattern balding. And this is actually the only study out right now, so as it goes on, we're probably going to realize the real story behind the mystery of creatine and hair loss. But, you know, we do see that the testosterone is growing in percentage. So that explains the strength gains. You know, we take creatine and, you know, you get stronger. When I started YouTube, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this YouTube thing hard. I'm gonna get all the supplements, BCAAs, I got the pre-workout, I'm getting a ton of protein. You know, I'm getting all the staples, you know, and obviously I was gonna get creatine. Remember I said that one other period of time in my life when I was taking creatine? Well, this past one and a half years was the next period that I was using creatine. And, you know, I am getting older. I'm now 28, but like, I really think my overall hair count has decreased, and that's because of creatine. The study says, you know, all the articles on this study, you know, they're saying it could be other things. You know, working out inherently increases DHT itself, you know, putting your body through stress. So it could be a number of things. You know, I'll take that into consideration, you know, but from my experience and looking into my past and, you know, just the past 2 years of using creatine, because I wanted to, you know, get on to the next level, you know, which it did. You know, I increased my strength. I was killing it, man. You know, I was feeling good when I was on creatine, but over the past almost 2 years, I really feel like my overall hair count has thinned out. And, you know, that's just something, personally, that's just like, dude, I mean, they probably got like some hair transplant shit. I think I'm looking good for now. But like I said, you know, my grandpa has that shit. And hypothetically, if I use creatine for like the next 20, 30 years, because you know I'm gonna be working out for that long. Y'all know. If I keep using it for the next, you know, 10 to 30 years, you know, I might be bald by the time it's 10 years. You never know. So that's why I wanted to stop taking creatine. And, you know, I knew that I was getting strength gains from it. You know, I don't care anymore. Ever since I got my chest injury, I've realized that I've realized that I just don't even want to try getting strong anymore, because it's just not for me. You know, after 11 years, you kind of discover, like, you know, if you're a sprinter or a long distance runner, or, you know, you lift heavy ass weight, or you just aesthetic, you know. And for me, I'm going the aesthetic route, and creatine is definitely good for the person that wants to be strong, the lifter, you know, that is powerlifting and everything, because it really does give strength gains. 5 to 10 pounds extra on my bench, you know, my squat being even 50 pounds more. Seriously, when I step into the gym these days, I feel like really drained. Like, creatine was that hack. Like, these days, I'll show you what I'm taking for supplements. But yeah, man, creatine, like, huge difference, man. When I was taking this shit, I'd be lifting more. I wouldn't say pump would be better, but, you know, just from lifting heavier weight, you do get a better pump. But this is all I was taking. BCAAs, this L-arginine, extra strength. I got it because I thought it was straight L-arginine, but it has endurance, energy, and heart support. So it was basically like a pre-workout. So this would kick in like 30 minutes after, because it's like pill form. I'm actually out and I'm waiting on some two new pre-workouts I ordered. I'm gonna review them when I get them. This would kick in late as shit. And at the time, I haven't been using this creatine, so I would feel like literally I would just have my BCAAs in me, and I would be waiting on this to kick in, and I would just feel super drained, like weak as shit, complete night and day. Like, I know that, like, I had been using creatine. I'd finished like 3-4 tubs of this in the past year and a half, you know, making me a lot stronger. But, you know, this study scares me, man. I actually looked into the pre-workouts that I ordered, and one of them has 1.5 grams of creatine. So, you know, I'm just gonna keep it at that. Overall, I got weak as shit after I stopped taking creatine. Look at this picture. I look fucking swole, but like, if you look at the obliques in the midsection region, that was like the hardest thing to cut all summer. And I never stopped taking creatine all throughout the first 2 or 3 months of my cut. And I hovered around like 169 for the longest, like in July. But then that's when I stopped taking creatine. It's almost been like, I want to say almost 2 months that I stopped taking creatine. But it's been definitely at least 1 month. My midsection has finally decreased. My love handles are barely there. You're gonna see, like, I drank like 6-7 beers last night, like Bud Lights, and it's just so forgiving. Like with creatine, my weight would just explode. If I had a bunch of beer or like a bunch of salty food, my weight would fluctuate like a motherfucker. Now that I don't have creatine, I can lose weight just like that, and I can like exceed my calories, and I won't exactly blow up or get bloated or gain any type of weight. My appearance kind of stays generally stable. So I'm really liking the way my body's looking. Apparently this article is from 2010. Like, that's a long time, but a year ago I found out through Scott Herman, and he, you know, strike, you know, proposition. I was like, maybe I should quit creatine, you know, but it makes me so strong, you know. But literally, like, when Retruvian, what was his name? Yeah, when he talked about it, it just rang the bell again, and it like brought it up, and you know, it made me realize, like, I really do feel like I lost a little bit of hair, like right here, like straight up. In the past 2 years, when I started using creatine, this part, which is the part that would go first, I feel like has decreased in hair. So, you know, that's a risk I'm not willing to take. You know, you can take my gains, take them. I need this. I need this shit. I had like 6 or 7 Bud Lights last night. That's like my beer choice. It like keeps you nice and lean. No creatine is straight. This is with like bad nutrition. It just keeps me lean. Like overall water weight, like I am like 165 right now, 164 and a half. But dude, like a week ago, I was like 160. Like I can drop, like my real weight is like 160. Oh, I'm drinking a beer right now actually. Yeah, Yeah, I'm on a little vacation right now, but the midsection, the water, it's just a lot easier to get off, you know. And I stay shredded like with ease, and I haven't been like exactly 100% with my nutrition. I've definitely been going over a lot, but then like if I go under, I'll cut down really fast. The next couple weeks, I'm gonna show y'all like I'm really gonna like, you know, start dialing in my calories again, being on point, and I'm gonna show y'all what this whole not using creatine thing can do. Like I know I can get really shredded now just because I just stopped using it, you know. This is basically bro science, but like it's really bro science. Like it's not that complicated. These rugby players, they took a shit ton of creatine and it raised the dihydrotestosterone, and that might be the main factor in male pattern balding for most males and females. It really is black and white. Creatine raises it, and if you have that in your family, it is a potential risk. So you should reconsider creatine. I mean, if you're already freaking bald, take creatine, I would. But right now, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. It's not worth it. Not worth it to me. Being strong is cool and all, but like I'm maxed out, man. I've tried getting strong plenty of times. It's just not for me, you know. I will continue to build for aesthetics, and getting off of creatine definitely might be the best choice for me to make. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Hit that like button. I need all y'all to hit that like button. Every single one of y'all. Leave a comment. Do you like creatine, or are you fuck creatine like me? Let me know in the comment section below. Until next time, Original Gainstas signing out.